potential to be on the other side of the wall of fame and popularity that the rest of the country can only aspire to? And what would you suggest for the Indian youth? Profound stuff, I know.
Yeah, suddenly this has become very, very serious. I need to use my bass voice. Really, I mean, you know, we do talk about what is called the ivory tower and the other side of the wall of fame. And I got scared for a bit. I thought, I'm not famous. You were talking about I'm the other side, but the other guys were famous on this side. There's nothing like that. The people who, like I've said in my speech, and I'll say it again, I don't even realize what I've done to be where I am. I'd be lying. I can give long lectures and give you spiel about how to become successful. I wouldn't know how to do it all over again. I started in 1991 and did everything exactly the same way. As a matter of fact, my biggest bane is that I can't tell my son and daughter to do the same thing. I can teach them exactly the same thing, and I know the results won't be the same. So there are forces beyond you. All you can do is, you know, think of the core that you felt what you did was right. Even I don't know whether that was the thing that went right. So when I started off, all I did was, I had a lot of gusto, I had a lot of energy, I had a lot of hope, I had a lot of positivity, that, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. All youngsters have. And I think it was uncontainable. And that I continued doing. And things just went. I tell everybody, I became a star before I could become anything else. I didn't even realize how it happened. I was shooting in a studio and Mr. Rakesh Roshan came to me and said, "Yaar, teri picture bahut badi hit ho gaya, tu star ho gaya." I was walking down the road, Salim uncle, Salman's father, he met me and he said, "Pata hai, aap bade star ho gaye, main haircut katane gaya tha, to logon ne kaha ki Shah Rukh Khan haircut chahiye kya?" So, aap bade star.
That's surely a sign you would have arrived, isn't it?
Yeah,
people wanting a haircut like yours.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I didn't even know how all this has happened. Before I know it, I've done well. So what I try to do now, 25 years later, because it is difficult to maintain the same amount of gusto and happiness and excitement and, you know, want to do what you do. So I've tried to maintain that. I get very excited by the work I do. I do nothing else in my life. And it's not a good thing. You should take holidays and you should do your stuff, what you have to. I don't do any of that stuff because I am so scared sometimes that, listen, if I just slip and I don't do it, maybe all that I've got, you know, one of the little things that I don't do or did before, I'll not be able to maintain this. I like it. I like being a star. I'm very happy to be a superstar. I feel really, really chosen and happy and very thrilled to be a star. I know, make no bones about it. And I don't miss the normal life at all, having pav bhaji at Chowpatty or chola bhaturas in Delhi. I'm okay with it. I don't like it at all. I don't want it. And if I miss a burger, I'll open McDonald's in my house. I like that. And yeah, I'm being honest. And one should be like that. So I do nothing special. I just get up in the morning. I do everything that startups do or youngsters do. They just try to go to the work and try to impress their boss, which is my new directors always. Try to impress the co-actors or your co-workers who are working with you. Listen, I'm good at my job. I try to help them because, of course, I've had more experience sometimes. And the only difference from a normal job that you guys will do is that I wear makeup in the morning, which is the only difference. Otherwise, I do exactly the same thing, keep the enthusiasm alive. And I have no idea how this stardom works, why it is happening, what is happening outside my world. I start at 9, I finish by about 2 in the morning, I come and work out, spend some time with the kids, sleep by 4:35, get up again by 8:39, go to work. Okay, I'm lying, I get up by 11 o'clock and I go to work. Yeah, I'm a star, I can go at 11. 9 o'clock, you don't go when you're a star, it's wrong. That is politically incorrect to be a superstar and go on time on set. So I do all that, and there is nothing different about my life than it was 25 years ago, actually.
That is some of the finest management and leadership lessons ever delivered. And that to an IIM, yeah, what you just did.
Can I patent this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Go right ahead, and I'm sure you have the permission of this august audience. Right. The next question is that you have played a psychopath, a murderer, a disgraced hockey coach who is a patriot. What do your kids love you watching as? The role that they totally love.
Sorry?
The role that they totally loved watching you as.
I don't know. My kids have not been brought up in the sense, none of my family members actually are fans. They were never told that your father's an actor and you should watch the film, and this is an important event. Friday is an important thing. Sometimes they even miss watching my film, and we never tell them, or I never tell them, that listen, tune mere picture nahi dekha. So and the earlier films, you know, like there must be very few people, I'm going to show off a little. There must be very few people in the world whose eldest child is younger than one of the films which is still running. So I have an 18-year-old and I have a film which is 20-year-old running still in theaters. So they haven't seen a lot of films of mine. They don't know Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Dilwale. And perhaps by the time now they're 18 and 16, maybe those films are dated. Maybe I don't understand whether they understand that part of romance or, you know, the way the films were told then. They were quite cool films then. So I've never imposed my films on them, but they like Chak De a lot. They like Dawn a lot. They think I'm very cool in it, yeah. And they found Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi a little strange because I'm the same guy and the girl doesn't recognize me. So we keep saying, but Papa, she'll know now you're Shah Rukh. I said, Papa, it's not Shah Rukh. It's I'm playing Suri and, you know, the other guy is somebody else. No, but you are recognizable only. Even with the hoodie, the way you walk, everybody recognizes you or not. So they had a little creative issue with that one. They're really looking forward to Fan, actually. They think that will be different and defining for me as an actor. I think they've become a little more discerning, like youngsters are now, that we want to see, you know, more meaningful and cinema which changes life and talks about other things than just dancing and singing. So yeah, I think they'll be looking forward to Fan. But they're kind. And if I ask them, especially my daughter, when I ask her that, you think the film will do well? Yes, Papa, don't worry, it'll do well. It's nice. People like you. You look sweet in the film and all. So they're kind to me. But there's not like mega thing that, Papa, what you did in that. And they're very strange ways of expressing how, if they like something. Like my son says, yuck, Papa, that was really cool.
Oh.
And then if they don't like something, my son says, oh, Papa, stop being sexy now in this film. It's really bad. So I don't understand whether it's a compliment or they're liking it or disliking it. So I just do my father thing. I say, koi baat nahi, gale laga lo. Thank you, I love you too. I'm all right.
Well, you do. I'm sure you're getting clued in on all the lingo of the, Desh ki Yuva Janta. That was, by the way, my question. I'm sorry for sneaking in my question.
No, absolutely. You are a journalist. You have to be sneaky.
Thank you.
Runs in your veins.
Now that
I'm joking. I didn't mean, don't do a bad write-up. I have got a film releasing, so don't do a bad write-up, please. I love you.
Says that Shah Rukh, when I asked my son to study, he messaged me a song. There is a bit of you in everything I do. I bet my life on you. That made me slightly scared. Does it ever scare you, she wants to ask you, that an entire generation of youngsters in India carry a bit of you?
So every youngster carries a bit of me, and I think that's a scary thing?
It seems to me. I don't know what you think about it, but that's what she wants to know.
It's scary for their parents, not me. I'm good with it. I've become a part of the DNA and blood, and and I at least I'll have I'm not a very promiscuous person, and I don't have that, but there's a dream. कि बहुत सारे मेरे जैसे छोटे शाहरुख खान. So surrogately is
and this without being Vicky donor.
Vicky, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean कुछ किया नहीं, मतलब ना खाया ना पिया, ग्लास तोड़ा चारा ना कुछ किया नहीं हमने, और सब छोटे शाहरुख खान चारों तरफ घूम रहे हैं. It's nice. It's good. But honestly speaking, I think I won't praise myself too much. But I'm not a role model, an icon, or someone who should be, because it's very odd. All I do is in Delhi में इसको भांडगिरी बोलते हैं. हम भांड हैं, हम डांस करते हैं, नाचते हैं, लोगों का दिल बहलाते हैं. Everyone understands Hindi here? Whereas I am changed that completely. Okay, so we dance, we sing, we entertain. It's not Nautanki. It's bhangiri at the end of it all. I'm a monkey, and I sing and dance to make everyone happy and entertain people. However intellectual the inputs for that dance is, or for that for that song is, or for that scene is. But basically, bottom line is this, and it's strange and shocking that just being someone who's an entertainer, suddenly over the years, apart from being an entertainer, becomes someone you look up to. And start feeling, I get really shocked. I'm talking to someone and I crack a joke, or I just say something, or I use some word which supposedly is not proper, which everyone else is using. So, but you can't say that. But you are Shah Rukh Khan, you can't talk like this, no. So, but everybody's saying it. You say Salah, please, can I say Salah? You say no, bada bura effect. You can't smoke in public, okay? Don't. It's not a nice thing to do. Children get affected and all. So a lot of other people are doing the same thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do. I'm not trying to justify my smoking. It's a bad thing. It's dirty. Nobody smokes. It takes away your life and it causes cancer and kills you. But I'm just saying a lot of normal things. Yeah. I clarify everything now when I speak. And I do it in one breath so they can't cut it in between. So
have you been a television journalist in any past life? You seem to be so smart about the way sound bites are cut. This is something
smart is the wrong word to use for TV journalists, darling. Please don't go there. Don't go there with me. Don't overestimate the power of television journalism.
On behalf of all my colleagues,
I'm joking. Please don't do a bad write-up for me. Please forgive me. I love you. Your sari is beautiful. You're wonderful, and you're so witty and so pretty.
You have just stopped. I was on behalf of all my television colleagues in the industry. I was about to become intolerant.
Okay. Oh my God.
But since you're such a charmer,
I don't even understand this word. Like word क्या use कर लिया ऐसी की तैसी हो गई. So like I was telling you, sometimes without even realizing it or figuring it out, you are suddenly somebody that people start looking up to you. I'm not saying that's unfair, but you have to then. There is a responsibility, jokes apart, there is a responsibility which comes with having reached a certain stage of success, or people start looking up to you. And yeah, you have to behave in a manner which does affect, like you said, they are little children and they find, is it scary to think that they are kids or people who might have a little part of me as they're growing up? So I would say, I would really, really be not scared if they had a part of me, and even if it sounds a little talking about myself, if they had a part of me, because this is God's honest truth, if they had a part of me to work hard, yes, I'd not be scared. If they had a part of me to be honest towards their work, I would not be scared at all. If they had a part of me where they have a great sense of humor and take life as it comes, even the adversities and the goodness, I wouldn't be scared. But yeah, if there is a part of me which does get disturbed, angry, overreacts, reacts to things which perhaps I should not, and nobody should, and say, okay, this is part of the job, this comes with the work, I'd be a little scared. So I would tell all the kids who have a part of me, keep these parts intact, the hard work part, believing in your job, giving it your best. The other parts just ignore. And whenever you get a chance, I just want to tell you, for the boys, and even for the girls actually, whenever nothing works, just put your arms out and say, ah, 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 ah. That'll work for you. I mean, do stretch your arms out to embrace life and to embrace friends, embrace everything that comes your way, goodness and badness.